Hey guys, Larry is here, and this is the fifth video in my lightsaber tutorial series. In this video we'll do the combo and some fixes. So let's really quickly look at something which is clearly not working the way we intended to work. So I start our project. As you remember, we have our root motion based attacks working fine here. And then of course we have movement attacks also working fine. But if you look at the floor, you can see that the lightsaber, which is basically a big glowing ray of plasma, I guess that's how you would say, it has a shadow, which is not exactly what we want. So let's get rid of the shadow for the blade. So for our project we have a lightsaber, as you might recall. I'm just gonna open it. And so here we have a hilt and a blade, which are static meshes. So just go here, and for the blades, let's go to rendering. And there should be cast shadow somewhere here. Well, actually we can just go search for it. Okay, it's lighting. So no static shadow, no dynamic shadow, whatever. And we just quickly check the result. And yes, there is no shadow from the big glowing stick, essentially. Okay, so of course now we could try and get into the combo system. So the easiest way to do combos, which is basically a sequence of attacks that will be done one after another. So the easiest way to do it at first is to approximate which animations you want to go with. So let's see, if we go to our WIP, we have our animation blueprint, and when we open the animation blueprint we get access to the animations. Okay, so we have our guy with the reverted blade, which is not really useful right now. So if I go here, let's see, sword. Can we move it? No, we cannot, so let's just delete it and add it to normal socket. Okay, here he has his blade, slightly moved. Actually no, I think it's in the perfect position here. Right, so he has his blade, doesn't have his shield, which is fine, we don't need the shield. Okay, so now one thing we could do is we could create an animation composite. An animation composite is basically a composition of several animations. Why we want to do this right now, we're just gonna collect the animations and see how they stack together. So how would we make a combo? Okay, so I think that's the first attack, right? Okay, good. So we go here, create animation composite. And let's go to core. Let's just make a folder called animations, or animation in the core, and say attack series anim comp. Let's call it like this, more or less clear. Okay, so it has no animations right now, and you can see it has its own like lime color, I guess, here. So now we just take some stuff from here. So our first attack was this guy, we just drop it here. And so this animation composite, if we quickly save it, is now just this animation. Okay, so what would be the next thing? The next thing, just like in most slashers, so if his first attack is this one, just like in real life, actually the next one would be logical from this side, so he goes to the other direction. So let's see if we have something like this. Not this one. Yeah, okay, this makes certain sense. So he goes from here. Yeah, okay, the problem is, of course, it doesn't chain well. But this is actually fine, because remember, we will have interrupts. So if we go here, we can see there's an interrupt here, So from this position, he could do the next attack. Let's see if we can actually do this. RL. Yes, so that's the one. Okay, so we know it's RL. By the way, what's RLL? Let's see. Yeah, that's a different one. And this guy. Okay, so RL is fine. We go back to our anim comp. Take the RL and drop RL right here. So now you can see 1, 2. You can see that there is no smooth transition. When we do it with anim montages instead of anim composition, remember this is just for us to test the transitions and the animation series, the attack series. When we do it with animation blueprints, with the animation montages, there will be a transition anyway, so that's fine. But I think what we could do, we could cut this animation to here. Let's see, details. And so end time will be something like 0.65 maybe. Boom. Okay, so now it's not too accurate, but actually it's nearly ideal. Again, I've searched around, and in animation compositions there is no way to smooth transition as far as I know. If there is one, well, I haven't found it, so I would be really grateful if you could write this in the comments. So now we have 1, 2 attacks. So we keep the tradition of the kind of slasher genre, and each next attack is more like powerful, so to speak. So now let's see which one we will take. We need something powerful. Yeah, by the way, where does it end? Yeah, it ends in the normal stance, and before the normal stance he's right here. By the way, you can hold Alt to rotate the camera around the character. Okay, so let's go through these animations and find the one that we need. This is in place, and these are, I think, root motion. Good. Yeah, this could be the third one, I think, just for the sake of it. R Whirlwind. So we have R Whirlwind here. No, come on. Okay. So 1, 2, Whirlwind. Again, the transition is slow, so he's waiting here, but this will not be happening if the player plays correctly, which means that the player waits for the interrupt and then immediately starts the action. And again, this is not even the fast Whirlwind. The fast is this one. Okay, so after the Whirlwind, we could end with some kind of really cool series if we manage to get to the fourth one. I remember there was one with the 180 degrees rotation. Let's see if we can get this one. It's fine. Okay, let's do this one. This is it looks really nice, I think. So I think it was, let's see. And it's gonna be fast because we accelerated a lot already, right? So let's see. I lost again, sorry. RL too fast? No. I think it's RL fast. Yeah, great. So we go back to attack series. And we go to... No, not here. It was RL fast. Good. So one... Let's turn this guy again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And so to finish things up, of course this is not an ideal sequence of attacks in terms of like visual I don't know, satisfaction and animations transition. So this is just a demonstration. Usually you would spend much more time to like try to chain them. And so what I think we will do is we will try to end with the spin. And the spin will be indefinite. So if you continue the kind of like in The Witcher 3, I think. So if you continue the animation, like going, you continue attacking without stopping the sequence, then this will be the way that he will be doing it. So we go here and it's spin around fast, right? It's SP around fast. So we just go here, SP. Let's see, SP around fast. Actually, there is the other one. Yeah, so maybe we do the other one now, because then it's gonna be more smooth in terms of like how he moves. So he goes here and then he just does this guy. So let's see, right side, left side. Great. So now that we have this kind of model, we kind of have the understanding of how we're gonna chain the attacks. Let's try to just make all these animations play when we're attacking. So for now, let me remind you, he plays montage like this, and it's just a random. Let's do it differently. So first of all, we go ahead and we create a new variable in the third-person character, so pawn class or character class, and we call it attack. Well, we can call it attack sequence, or we can call it like combo, maybe. Let's call it combo count. So that's the amount of attacks we stacked on top of each other. And so the idea will be really easy. We will test this before we even go to animations. So when we start, we're gonna increment this guy. But when anim notify ends, we're actually going to set this guy to 0. So we reset the guy. And of course, it's going to be really handy to just see it somewhere in the UI, I guess. So let's create a new folder really quickly, call it UI, and let's create super basic. Lightsaber HUD widget. Let's go this way. HUD widget. Okay, so this is not like a course about UMG or user interface creation in Unreal. So we're just gonna go and do one thing. Let's create a text here, and this text will be bound to this thing. Actually, yes, let me see. In terms of Y dimension, so vertical dimension, it should be bound to, yeah, okay, it's all fine, it's bound to 0. Okay, so combo, it just writes combo, it's called 0, right? Simple enough. I prefer regular font instead of bold font. So let's test that this guy works, and then we'll test the combo accumulation, right? So usually you do this in controller. Do we even use control right now? Let's see. I don't think so. Yeah, we don't. So never mind, this is a prototype. So usually you add widgets in controller, but we can do it here as well, no problem. Let's see, do we have begin play here? No, we don't. Great. So create widget is actually a blueprint node. Onion player is the controller, so no, that's not the way. Get controller. So this is our controller, but we need to cast it to player controller, and you can do right click, convert to pure cast if you're sure that this is going to be a successful cast, that it is a player controller. The cool thing about pure cast is that if it fails, it's going to give you like a blueprint error, and you will see that it fails. Instead of if you go like this, if you go cast failed nothing, it will not tell you okay, cast failed. Hopefully this makes sense. So we only have lightsaber hot widget right now, and we already cast our controller, so we can say add to viewport, just like that. Save, compile, play, and as you can see, I have combo on my left right there. Okay, great. So now we can just quickly test it, but before, let's get slightly more fancy. If we're talking user interfaces, let's create here a let's wrap it with vertical box. Is it vertical box, or should we do like yeah, let's make it a vertical box. Okay, so vertical box allows you to make something on the bottom or on the top of the current widget. So stack several widgets vertically, and we're just gonna do progress bar there. And so here's our progress bar. Doesn't look like anything actually. Let's see why. Let's make the guy fill the whole thing. Now it's relatively small, so actually, you know what, let's wrap it with the size box. And size box is a thing that lets you define some parameters about this. So let's wrap it with height override. Actually, yeah. So it's always been a problem with the progress bar, I have to be honest with you. It always acts in a weird way. Like, in a really weird way. Like if I just take him away. No, I cannot take him away. I should be, yeah, okay, I'm taking him away. And he just works fine here. But when you put this guy in, for some reason, it just acts really, really weirdly. But let's see. Can we actually put him? Okay, you know what? Maybe we cheat this particular time and we just put him like on the bottom. This is it's not how you do it, but I'm not gonna make this tutorial on. So move the size box, replace the vertical box with child. It's not a good user interface, but it's gonna be good enough for us. So make the background darker like this, and let's make some kind of like vibrant line color when it fills. Let's see, it's just like a force, right? So maybe we go like this or something. Let's try this approach. Okay, if we play, you can see that we have a progress bar there, but we need a lighter color, of course. Something like this. Don't ask me why I chose this color. Okay, so yeah, let's make it slightly thinner. Now let's bind some data to it to not waste time too much on the user interface here. So fill color opacity, so percent create binding, and this is something that will refresh every time the UMG widget refreshes. So let's get our pawn. So let's get onion player pawn. Is it the one? Yes. Okay, so this returns our third person character, and let's cast it to third person character, of course. It's a pure cast because we're sure it's a third person character. And so this guy has combo count, right? Good. So this requires value from 0 to 1. So 1 basically is fully filled and 0 means no fill at all. So that's the progress of the progress bar. Okay, so now this thing will grow up to 5, right? So we have 4 attacks, and the 5th attack is like this whirlwind attack. So we basically take this value and delete it by 5. But first we need to make it float. to float and delete by 5. So it will be 1 when this is 5. Okay, so that's the first thing, of course, and second thing is this. So combo text itself. Create binding. Let's get the same information from here. It may be better to, of course, store or cache this information once, but we don't mind it right now. Okay, so this takes text, so we can do format. It's a really nice thing. And in format we will basically write like this is called string interpolation in programming if you faced in some other languages. So I will write combo and then count. Count is a variable there that we interpolate into the string. Okay. Combo 0, 1. Okay, actually we kind of missed the point because now it's just, yeah, as soon as I'm able to interrupt, I'm reset to 0, so that's failure to produce proper logic here. Let's go back to third person character, and so here there is onCompleted. That's what we wanna use for our combo count to 0. So let's try this one. 0. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Great. So we've got that going for us, and of course if we accumulate our combo, it goes back to 0 as you would expect. Good. So let's talk animation now. So this select will now be based on our combo count. Get the combo count, put it here. And so the cool thing about select, of course, is that you can add option pins here. And we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it this way. So the first attack, I think, yeah, let's just search for this one. This is air montage. So let's just fill in all of them with the right R montage. And so now he always does the same attack. Great. So we already have our anim composite, so it's really easy for us to just find the animation here for the second attack. Create anim montage from it. Open it. Let's see. Yeah. Let's reset this guy. And where's the one that we've opened? Okay, because I cannot see it in the list, but it's fine. Okay, so as you can see, we need to do our notify, attack notify window. I think this is as far as it goes, kind of big attack. Great, so that's pretty much it, except for the groups. So of course you remember that we have 2 groups and or slots, sorry. So we have 2 slots to make the movement attack work, but for now let's just concentrate on the standing attack to not make this tutorial overly long, because it's already long. So we have the second animation, and let's just put the second animation here. Notice how I just clicked the arrow because I had it selected already because I was editing it recently. Okay, so now we have first combo. Whoa, let's see what happened there. Yeah, okay, it didn't play well. I think it's actually, I know why. Because I have to change the slot anyway. There's no choice there. But I think it actually broke the whole thing. Let's see. No, it didn't. It's fine. So 1, 2. As you can see, it's not really like it's not chaining too well, so I think we will change it later on, because 1, 2, but it's fine for now. One thing I'm actually wondering about is there a faster version? Doesn't look like there is a faster version. Let's quickly see, because I really wanted the faster version. So I think it was RL. Is it RL fast? Let's see. No, it's not RL fast. Let's see, so it's RL. Attack. RL. Yeah, there's no faster version. That's okay. Let's go back to our animation series. So the third one is the Whirlwind. I think there's a faster Whirlwind. Let's use the faster version right away. So create montage. Open it and change the slot to upper body slot. Okay, that's where the problem comes, because we don't see it. Yeah, now we see it. Good. So this is where the attack starts. Notify state, notify window. And actually, like, let's give him some time to rotate. And I think at this point he's finished. Okay. Hopefully we used root motion animations for each of those. Let's see. Root motion, root motion, root motion. Oh, the last one is in place. Well, that's good to know before we actually used it. Okay, so this one is the next one. Actually, I'm forgetting to add them to the third-person character, but that's fine. Okay, so take this guy, upper body slot, reselect, and okay, that's where it gets more interesting, because we have two attacks here. Let's still do like one long notify window. We can take care of the fact that there are two attacks later. There are many ways to solve this, but for now I think this is fine. This will be his window. Okay, so we've got this guy going, and the last one is SPL round fast. So SPL round fast, we need the one which is root motion. This guy, create anim montage, round, SPL round fast, good. Change slot, reopen, and so now we just start the notify window once again, finish it somewhere around here. Good. I should have like sped up the video for this, but I like the tools for now. Also, in case you like take the wrong step somewhere on the way, or you can just, you know, scroll through the video and get to the part where we do something else. Okay, so let's go back to a third-person character. Again, I have the latest spin attack selected anyway, so I can just put it here right now. But now we need to fill in the other options. So let's get back to our anim comp. So RL we have done. Our Whirlwind. So we go here. Our Whirlwind fast montage is the one that we need. We can just select it like this. It will give us a list of all of those. Our Whirlwind, RL. So after our Whirlwind, what do we have? We have SP RL fast. Our Whirlwind and have SP. Let's see. Spiral fast montage. Good. Okay, so after SPRL montage, we have. That's it actually. After this, SPL round fast. So this guy goes here as well, and we don't need the fifth option because there are already 5 of those. So we just can go ahead and remove option pin. Okay, so we have all these animations up and running now. Let's see if it actually works. And we're only testing this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually after 5 it just breaks. Actually we are totally stuck right now for some reason. I think I know why, but let's see. So let's make sure that this guy is never, when we are putting it into select, let's clamp the guy, or we just do min. So if this guy goes beyond 4, it will be 5, and if we min it to 4, it will take the smallest, and the smallest out of 5 and 4 is 4. So this will limit the range to 0 to 4 of our combo count, which is what we need. Yeah, that was the reason why it was stuck, because it couldn't play the bondage which didn't exist. Good, so play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, I think we have our thing going on here. And of course the cool thing about our camera is that we can actually go like this and just watch him from any angles. And I think what's also possible is this, but it's gonna look silly, especially this guy, because it requires 180 degrees spin and we don't have it. So he just wangs his lightsaber around like a weirdo he is. And then of course you can see the problem that we have, which is, you know, we're moving and we have our combo to 26, we stop moving, we go ahead and we just continue our combo, which is not really realistic. Looks cool, but not realistic. So, I mean, okay, we're not talking realism here, it's a Star Wars lightsaber tutorial anyway, but let's make sure that, let's see, do we have like stopped? No, I don't think we have event stopped. Let's see. So how would we approach the fact that we need to reset the combo when we stop? Let's see. We have update attack state. And of course we could do this, but yeah, by the way, I think I know the way to do it. So let's basically save this to our local variable, and this is like a new attack state. So if we change our attack state from moving to still or the opposite, then we reset the combo. So we have this guy, we cached our result that we will set to stand-in still attack, but before we change the stand-in still attack, we want to check, is the current stand-in still attack the same that now or not? So get standing still attack. So we will do two things here. The second thing will be to set the standing still attack to our new attack state. So just use our cached variable. But before we do this, just follow me on this one. By the way, this guy should be like more tidy here. Okay, so before we do this, we wanna check, does this not equal the new attack state? Can we make this tidy? I think we can. Okay, so if they are not equal, indeed, then we need to hold Alt and set the combo count to 0. Okay, so we cache the new attack state that we need to set, and then we make sure that if they are different from the previous one, then we change the attack count. So let's see if it works. It does here, but as soon as I move, let's see. Okay, let's start moving. We go here. Yeah, so as soon as I stop, again, you can see me getting some combo. As soon as I stop and do it on one place, I need to start the combo again, which makes sense. Okay, good. So we don't have the coolest combo attacks here, Once again, I'm not super satisfied with the way that they work, but I think it's fine for now. So that's as much as we get in this tutorial. Next we will make our attacks maybe more interesting in terms of the animations and chaining, maybe add some randomness in them. And I think we will start working on some effects for the walls and wherever, you know, your saber penetrates anything. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.